Good evening. I looked up the difference between night and evening, and there's no clear official distinction. Sort of depends on how you're looking at it. Um, it is June 11, 2021, and it is a Tuesday. Here in Sherbrooke, it is currently 17 degrees Celsius, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me just refresh this and make sure it's still correct. Yeah, 17 degrees Celsius, 52 degrees Fahrenheit. The sun this morning rose at 4:59 a.m. and it set at 8:36 p.m. That is a grand total of 15 hours, 37 minutes of sunlight, which means we have the proof once again that the days are getting longer. Um, my throat still hurts a bit. I started taking more antihistamines, and it has gotten a little bit better. It's good. I went to work this afternoon and it went fine. Still pretty exhausted and not feeling great. Maybe I've got something else going on health-wise, but I also didn't have that much to eat and didn't eat very well. Um, but yeah, it was a little tough. I was feeling very bad physically. Then I showed up to work and it was not complicated. There's um, there are some tale tellers. We're going to be telling tales on Thursday. So just very simple headset microphone. It's very simple lighting. The stories are interesting so far. Everybody's nice. The Dante. There's a problem with the Dante again. There's always a fucking problem with the Dante. Dante being a network-based way of streaming audio. So instead of plugging directly into a mixing board, you'll plug into Stagebox, the router, and anyway, it's quite powerful and quite good and very stable usually. But for some reason in this place, there's always fucking issues. And yeah, just without touching anything whatsoever, the sound stopped working. We had to unplug and replug stuff. I'm going to talk to my boss, and we really got to figure out a way to get the Dante working correctly. I'm still not feeling good now. There's some inflammation. I'm thinking it's probably not just allergies. I feel like some inflammation here and in my jaw a bit. But it's not an infection. I finished watching Baby Reindeer last night. And I will not go into any spoilers about it. I thought it was fantastic, disturbing, really hard to watch at some points. If you've seen it, I believe you know what I'm talking about. I found myself relating to Johnny a lot. Not about the big thing that gets revealed, necessarily, although I'll get into that now. Another weather report, but the need for validation, the need for attention. I think a lot of people who enjoy performing or are more comfortable doing performance on a stage in front of people than a lot of other stuff are people that I can relate to. The difficulty with intimacy, general sexual dysfunction, and so one last thing I was thinking about. Oh yeah, also sort of the basis of that, this being so starved for attention and approval that he lets people in, or with Martha, just sort of gives in to people and will sort of play into their thing, especially if they're being pushy, because he's getting that attention. Anyway, that has happened to me a lot in the past, and I think, as I mentioned yesterday, so I did have a situation in which I wasn't stalked, but I was harassed by a woman, and that's sort of what happened as well. I definitely did not set my boundaries as quickly or as forcefully as I should have because I liked the attention until it got to be really unmanageable. So anyway, really good series, difficult watch but worthwhile. Tackles a lot of um, important subjects, and definitely like subjects that are like underrepresented from the perspective of a man, you know. So, and it's important to talk about, you know, from that perspective as well, especially if it can like educate some men on like, you know, it's okay to set your boundaries. It's okay to report it if, you know, shit like that happens in the show happens. Anyway, um, today I'm thinking about Arthur Russell again, and I know I talked about him 2 days ago, but I'm just going to talk about him again. I'm thinking about the song Very Reason from Picture of a Bunny Rabbit, which I talked about. I don't know why my mouth is so fucking dry today. I drank water. I don't know. This leads me to believe something else is going on. I don't know why I made that noise. Not noise, face. Sorry. Man, I'm really brain dead. I'm going to eat, though. I've got food in the oven. I'm going to eat some frozen fish. And it's going to be defrosted and heated up in the oven. I'm also going to make a very big salad with arugula. What to say about the song? Just listen to it. It's great. This is how we walk in the moon. No. This is how a posthumous release should be done. This compilation is great. I'm glad that Audible Records held on to it for as long as they did. I was going to talk about something from World of Echo, but I really like this song, Very Reason. It's like a lot of his songs, like it's sometimes barely a song. It's just like barely holding itself together. It's just like really like beautiful melody that comes back. It goes sort of like down, then goes back up, and then he just sort of like meanders and just goes to like whatever note he wants. That sort of annoyed me the first time I heard the song, because I was just like, this is such a beautiful melody, like just stop fucking with it. That is one thing, small parenthesis here, that actually sometimes like really irritates me about like live performance. Some singers will do this sometimes, where it's just like you'll have this like beautiful vocal melody, and they'll just like change it because they feel like it, which is fine. It's their music; they can do whatever they want. But it's just like you're not understanding what makes this song, like this fundamental part of what makes this song good anymore, right? At least in my opinion, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely imposing like, my own taste, but it's just like I don't know. Like sometimes I think that there are certain like fundamental things that, like, if you fuck with them in the song, like, it fundamentally changes the way the song works. If you just change something, like if you change the vocal melody, especially too much, at least, especially even like some sort of refrain. If you change the tempo too much, of course, if you change the chord progression. If you change the lyrics, like, you can change all these things, but like if you change one of these elements too drastically without compensating with the others, then it's just like, I don't know, that's just my preference. But the more I listen to this song, I'm like, no, it's better like this, because yeah, this is Arthur Russell. He just goes where he feels, which I think a lot of artists, it would not work out very well if they did that. But this is like fundamentally, a part of his work. Okay, I'll just get this done really quickly because I'm hungry. I want to get this done. I keep trying to like put the timer on and just be like, I'm gonna do it less than the amount time for the time. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. It's gonna end at 14 degrees Celsius, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. Did it rain today? No, maybe a little bit, but it was gloomy and dreary, and it sucked. And I hope it's not gloomy and dreary tomorrow. Everyone, have a great night.